I'm here today with James Christian. James is heavily involved with young men, coaching AAU basketball, the Heat. And James, I'd just like for you to take a few minutes today, if you wouldn't mind, and talk about your main goal and mission in coaching AAU basketball.
Sure. Our main goal to start with is what we call our I am second philosophy, which is we put God first and we put ourselves second. So teaching that with these young kids starting at age 7, 8 years old, hopefully up through 12 for this upcoming season, we're putting that in their mind to where, you know, basketball is a great avenue, it's a great thing, God gave you talent to do, but we want to put God first in everything that we do. So we want to make sure that He's given the glory, whether we're out on, in tournaments or in practice, whatever else. We want to show good sportsmanship. We pray before our games. You know, our kids are adamant about, different things with basketball, especially when another kid shoots a foul shot or something. We're over there giving them a high five, and that's rare. And it catches people off guard because they don't see kids actually doing kind things on a basketball court. It's so hectic, and everyone's trying to win. They forget about what it's really about. We're just trying to be good Christian people.
Mm. And you've had a lot of success. The Heat
yes.
Are the state champions.
Correct. Yeah.
And do you feel like that kind of gets in the way of what you're trying to do, or how do the kids react to that success?
We have to stay humble, of course. And at this young age of 7, 8, 9 years old, it's still very fun to them. As they get older, I can see where it's going to develop. Kids are trying to put the championships in front of everything else. But, I mean, these kids have handled it really well. We've had a lot of success, 145 straight wins. You're not used to losing when that happens. But, either way it goes, we try to be Christians about it. We want to teach them the right thing. My assistant coach, Russ, is a pastor as well. We make sure that we give devotions to the kids and teach them right, use Bible verses and things and situations in the game, whether it be David versus Goliath and different things, where we can teach them lessons when we're on the bench, even during the games. And it's really brought the kids closer to being Christians and Jesus for sure.
And how many kids do you think you've had the opportunity to coach and influence over the years?
We've had probably 15 to 20 with our Heat team off and on. And that's growing. We're getting ready to grow from just being a second grade team going into third to doing all the way up to fifth grade. So sort of a program. So we're looking at maybe having a possibility to touch 100 kids here in the next season, hopefully. And plus the people we're going out and seeing at tournaments and people that come up after games and say, hey, you guys have crosses on your jerseys, and that's great. And we break huddles, we say Jesus. So there's a lot of people we're reaching outside of our team that's just not used to seeing that on the basketball court.
Would you take a moment and just share with us about your own personal faith?
Sure. Gave my life to Jesus about 7 or 8 years ago. Grew up just like any other kid in today's world. Not really. I was brought up in a good Christian household, especially with my grandmother and grandfather, and just finally came to the point to where I feel like I couldn't move on without having God in my life. So I dedicated my life to Him. As I progressed through the last years, and with my son being 7, 8 years old, I saw that avenue in basketball to teach kids and to use what I know and let me grow too with these kids, and it's really worked out good.
Wow. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes with us today,
Sure.
James, and sharing what you're doing and how it's impacting young people.
Sure. Great.